Hey friends, how's it going? Today we're diving into a chilling slasher film that dropped in 2023, Squealer. Now this one isn't just another made-up horror flick, it's inspired by the real-life story of Canadian serial killer Robert Pickton, a pig farmer and a cannibal. Yes, you heard that right. He used to abduct women, brutally murder them, and then turn their flesh into sausages. Disturbing, right? The movie kicks off with a terrifying scene. A young woman escapes from a creepy-looking farmhouse and runs desperately toward the road. She's clearly been through hell, and she's not alone. The killer, Squealer, is right behind her. She stumbles onto the road and nearly gets hit by a van. Inside the van is an elderly couple who stop just in time. Shocked by her bloody, beaten condition, they quickly wrap her in clothes, put her in their truck, and rush her to the hospital. At the hospital, the doctor begins treating her and notices horrifying injuries. Hooks marks on her body, like she'd been hung alive. He tries to calm her down, but the girl is too traumatized. She starts screaming, saying, "He's going to kill me!" Eventually, they sedate her and begin operating. Cut to another storyline. We meet a prostitute named Sadi, who's being assaulted by a violent client. Just then, a woman named Lisa shows up. She's an activist who helps women like Sadi escape this life. Lisa lashes out at the abusive man and drives him away. She tells Sadi she can help her start over. She's even arranged a job interview. Sadi, tired of this life, finally agrees. Enter Jack, a cop, and Lisa's ex-husband. He sees her helping Sadi and tells her, half-jokingly, to leave some of the saving the world work to him. Back at the hospital, the girl finally regains consciousness. Still terrified, her mind flashes back to Squealer. What she doesn't know is, he's already arrived at the hospital, silently hunting her down. But before he can find her, she vanishes. The doctor calls Lisa for help, hoping she can calm the girl. Lisa arrives and finds the terrified girl hiding under a table. But just as things begin to settle, the girl suddenly spots Squealer in the hospital, and she panics. She bolts out the door, runs straight onto the road, and bam! A truck hits her. The impact is brutal. Her body is torn apart. Her name was Sylvia. The case now goes to the police, and Jack begins his investigation. Meanwhile, Lisa brings Sadi home and gets her ready for a new life. She helps her prepare for a job interview, hoping this can finally help Sadi leave prostitution behind. Later, Lisa learns that Sylvia had also been a sex worker. She heads to a bar where many of them hang out and starts asking questions. But no one claims to know Sylvia. Except one. A red-haired girl, looking like she hadn't showered in days, overhears the conversation. As soon as Sylvia's name is mentioned, she tries to sneak out. Lisa spots her and stops her, asking if she knows something. The girl gives her a strange, almost knowing smile and runs off. Lisa's instincts tell her one thing: this girl knows the truth. Meanwhile, Squealer hits the road in his car, looking for his next victim. On the way, he picks up a prostitute and lures her back to his house. Once there, he drugs her, covers his bed with a plastic sheet, and pulls out his tools. He tells her to stay completely still. The moment she sees the knife in his hand, terror floods her face. But before she can react, he stabs her, cold, brutal, dead. The next day, we see him mixing her flesh into his pig meat. He grinds it into sausages and sells them at his butcher shop. Ironically, it's his best-selling item, and no one has a clue what they're really eating. Elsewhere, Lisa shows up at the police station to ask Jack about the progress on Sylvia's case. Jack assures her that the team is working on it. Then we meet Squealer's friend, an extremely wealthy man with a dark past. He's dangerous, with enemies everywhere. We watch as he steps out of his car, approaches one of those enemies, and kills him without hesitation. Back at the doctor's office, Lisa is searching for info on other missing girls. Turns out, several have disappeared, and all clues seem to lead back to Squealer. But no one knows the truth yet. The doctor tells Lisa that when he was treating Sylvia, he smelled something odd, like a farm. It was as if the girl had been held captive there for days. Meanwhile, Squealer's rich friend brings the dead body to him. Together, they store it in an abandoned slaughterhouse. Squealer plans to butcher it. But when his friend sees the whole process, he's disgusted, shocked to witness how Squealer actually carves up human bodies. Jack, on the other hand, visits another prostitute, hoping for a lead on Sylvia. She admits Sylvia was part of their group but was always distant. No one really knew her well enough to help. Squealer, unfazed, chops the body into pieces and feeds it to his pigs. His friend watches, horrified. The pigs eat the meat like it's nothing, and that's when the friend realizes Squealer has trained them to eat human flesh. We then spot that red-haired girl again, the one who had run off when Lisa questioned the prostitutes earlier. Her name? Erin. Turns out, she's not just a friend of Squealer, she's his lover and his partner in crime. She's been helping him cover up his murders. Now it makes sense why she smiled and ran that day. She knew too much. The next night, Erin returns to the same bar, and Squealer shows up too. They're hunting again. They strike up a conversation with a new prostitute, and Squealer, smooth and charming, convinces her to come back to his place. Just then, Lisa enters the bar. Erin spots her and warns Squealer, "She's onto us. She won't stop until she finds the truth." Squealer tells her to relax. Later at the house, the same deadly pattern unfolds. Plastic sheet on the bed, girl asked to lie down, and then he stabs her too. Another life lost. Another victim no one will miss. Leisha goes to meet Jack, but finds him casually talking to a female colleague. That hits her hard. Furious and jealous, she starts a fight. Jack, confused, asks why she came. Leisha tells him she wanted to talk about the missing girl's case. Jack coldly tells her to drop it. Investigating is their job, not hers. Meanwhile, Squealer and Adeline are driving home when they spot a girl on the road. Squealer tells Adeline to bring her along. Adeline hesitates. It's daytime, and someone might see them, but Squealer stops the car anyway. Adeline approaches the girl and convinces her by saying Squealer is filthy rich. The girl refuses at first, but after seeing drugs, she gives in. At the house, when the girl sees a knife in Squealer's hand, she panics. Realizing something's wrong, she runs and hides in the barn. Squealer follows her and opens the door, and is suddenly reminded of his abusive childhood, when his mother used to beat him for spending too much time with pigs. Triggered by the memory, Squealer stabs the girl to death. He then chops her body into pieces and stores them in the freezer to eat later. Elsewhere, Sadi tells Leisha she's finally leaving prostitution. She got a receptionist job and is ready to start fresh. She also hands Leisha something, a small bone. Shocked, Leisha asks where it came from. Sadi says someone threw it at her from nowhere. Leisha quickly calls Jack and says she's found a lead. She asks to meet in person to explain everything. That evening, Sadi is on her first day as a receptionist at a hotel. Squealer walks in, pretending to be a guest, and asks for a room. Smiling politely, she assigns him room 233. When she steps inside to give him a quick tour, he kills her. Meanwhile, the doctor spots red-haired girl at a gas station, the same girl Leisha had warned him about. He immediately calls Leisha and follows her car, which leads him to Squealer's pig farm. He informs Leisha something is definitely wrong at that place. Squealer tells the girl to drive the car away to throw off the doctor. When she returns, the doctor is already gone. Realizing their cover is blown, she drives off with the car. Back at Leisha's home, Jack arrives and finds Sadi's dead body. Horrified, he realizes the killer has already been there. Leisha, on the way to the pig farm, runs out of fuel. She texts Jack to meet her at the farm. Jack immediately heads out. Meanwhile, Squealer's friend grows suspicious when the red-haired girl doesn't return. He accuses her of betrayal. Enraged, Squealer attacks him. Just then, Jack arrives and shoots Squealer's friend, whose body falls into the pig pen, where the pigs devour him. Suddenly, Squealer shocks Jack with an electric weapon, knocking him unconscious. He grabs Jack's phone and sees a call from Leisha. That's when he realizes Leisha is Jack's wife. Without hesitation, Squealer stabs Jack to death and records the murder. Moments later, Leisha receives the video. Shattered and in tears, Leisha watches her husband die on screen. But she doesn't give up. Fueled by rage, she sets out on foot, heading straight to the pig farm to avenge Jack's death. Just then, Squealer spots her and attacks. He breaks her leg and is just about to kill her when Leisha starts cursing at him. The insults trigger something deep in Squealer's mind. He suddenly remembers his abusive mother. Distracted and vulnerable, he lets his guard down. Leisha seizes the moment. She stabs him, then hangs his body on a meat hook. Without wasting time, she throws him into a shredder, tearing his body into tiny pieces. Right then, the doctor arrives with the police. They rescue Leisha. And with that, the movie ends. But here's the twist. This story is based on true events. In Canada, there was a real pig farmer named Robert Pickton who was actually a serial killer. He kidnapped women, abused them, and even ate their flesh. Yes, he found pleasure in it. Pickton dropped out of school early to focus on his family business, running a pig farm full-time. But by 1990, he had already started killing. He murdered dozens of women, although he only confessed to 49. So that was today's video. What did you think of the story? Let us know in the comments below.